Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be about what do you do if they don't love you back? We've all been through this, right? Like, what do you do? So the number one thing that you don't want to do is don't let your ego get in the way and feel desperate. Don't feel as though the person's reaction towards you, which feels as though they don't love you back because they're not showing you a caring vibe, nature, they just don't seem to give a shit. Don't blame yourself for it. That's the number one thing. I know we're taught to take on responsibility. It happens very early in childhood where if our parents do something to us, let's say, and we get this like in our subconscious mind, we get this seed implanted because we want to always impress our parents. The seed that is a negative implant is constantly sending you this radiation, this cancer that is saying to you, what did you do? What did you do? This is your fault. You did this. Why did that other person not love you back? What did you do? Were you not enough? You just weren't enough. And this usually comes from childhood because we want to impress our parents. We want our parents to be happy. And the reason when we're kids, when we're children, the reason that we want people around us to be happy and not sad, if you watch children, you will see, even when they're watching Disney movies and a sad scene comes up, they will react. They will connect emotionally and they're like, no, 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 no. You know, they care. It's because kids are so pure. They are full of purity. We as adults fuck them up. That's what happens. We fuck up our kids. But our kids are so pure. And the reason they take on the blame onto themselves, like they did something to cause the reaction within their parents getting angry at them or doing, like it's almost like the punishment, they deserve the punishment because they caused the experience or the negative situation in the first place. We have to start breaking those ties. And I'm here to tell you, if your person, if it doesn't feel like they're loving you back, it's not you, it's them. It is absolutely not you, it is them. So in this venture of like love, relationships, or even long-term, if you've been in a marriage for 20 years, 15 years, it doesn't matter. You have to realize that the reaction of the other person has nothing to do with you and everything to do with themselves. Therefore, it is really important to get that power back and understand that it might just not be a good time. And that's okay. And don't let your ego get in the way and say it's not okay. If it's not ordained within the records, if the timing is not right, and you make it happen because you have free will, if you make something happen out of desperation, victim mode, pity, making yourself lower and apologizing for something that doesn't deserve an apology, it's not going to work. In the long term, the person that you're apologizing to is going to feel superior. Sorry, I'm getting my grass and everything cut outside. So what you're doing is you're giving, because you're coming from ego, you're going to rebound and reflect that image on the other person who is it's going to make their ego even bigger, fatter. They're going to feel more powerful in the relationship and they're going to think that they can act whatever the fuck way they want, whenever they want. You're giving your power over to somebody else. And that is a death sentence in itself. Like, you might get instant gratification because this person feels so good that they'll give you some kindness, but at the end of the day, this is an ego trip between the both of you. They're just mirroring you and your victimhood, and they're loving it. This is how mirrors work, because they're probably a victim too. Like you're literally looking each other in the eye of your ego. And that is what you don't want to do. You do not. What you can do, and please try and do this, is if that other person doesn't love you back, it's okay. It's actually okay. Because you have to just accept that the universe has bigger plans for you. The reason may be that the other person doesn't love you back is because they're not ready. And what happens when you're in a relationship with a person that's not ready if you push it? It's not a stable ground that you're building, a stable foundation that you're building in the first place. And what will happen if you let it go? If you learn that I have the power, I love myself. That's the other thing. I love myself enough to give this person the time that they need. And they may need time, or they may not come back at all. And if they don't come back, if you give yourself that if you give yourself that love that you're seeking from this person, that is growth. What'll happen if you nurture yourself from the nurture that you're wanting from this person but they didn't give you? You're gonna have an elevation of like perception of the relationship. You won't see it with rose-colored glasses anymore. And this is a blessing. That's power. You're giving your soul the power through love. So it's not, we're never two halves, right? We're one whole. And if you're giving away your half to the other person, they're more than a whole. They're more than one whole. Now you've given yourself over to them. So now you're like this, right? You've given yourself, but they don't even want it. So this is this gaping, seeping. So you're not, the link when it's broken, you don't want a broken link. You want something that's stable. If you're gonna come together with another person in union, in true balance, nurtured love, it happens, just remember, it happens slowly. And it doesn't happen from fright or from nervousness or from pushing it or from being scared. It happens eloquently. It happens beautifully. Yeah, there's going to be hiccups, but those hiccups are resolved with not reaction. They're resolved with observation and nurture from both parties, an understanding from both sides in a very balanced way where one person's not feeling negative and crazy and hurt. And that's it. That's what I want to say. If someone's not ready, it's a blessing. We have to change our perception and this neediness that if someone doesn't like us, it's us. It's not you. It's not you. It's never you. It wasn't you either when your parents planted that seed in your subconscious mind. You were just a child. It was not you. It was your parents and their shit that they projected onto you. And I'm not saying at this juncture, I just want to make a point and say, I'm not saying don't take responsibility for shit. It's the opposite. I feel like when you understand and come from compassion and realize that the other person is not projecting the feelings that you want, I truly feel like that is unbound true love. And I feel like that's what compassion is. And when you can send them love and not be needy of their love, even in a rejection, that is true awareness. And that is true unconditional love. That's what that is. Anyway, I hope that made sense. Let me know what you have, how you've dealt with, not even breakups. I just have so many people that message me and talk to me and ask me, and it's a lot of married people. This is a lot of like long-term relationships that are, I'm a lot of women, mainly women that I'm talking to, some men, but mainly women, about their long-term relationships. And yeah, anyways, it's just crazy. I just got off the phone with another girlfriend and I had to make this vlog. It just, we're adults, we're in our 40s, but we're still projecting these behaviors that were instilled within us at the age under 7. It's our subconscious mind, it's our ego. I hope this helps. Love you guys. Bye.